Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here with Scott Wyatt, who's the president of Busch PROtective. Scott, a lot of people see these helmets, and to the layman, most of them look very similar. Can you tell me what makes y'all's helmet stand out?
Sure. So the majority, if not all of the helmets that have been produced and distributed for law enforcement in the United States, they come from the military.
Okay.
They're essentially a frag helmet. That's what they were designed to do. We make purpose-built law enforcement helmets. So our helmets are designed not just to stop penetration on all handgun rounds, fragmentation, but really to focus on mitigating traumatic brain injury, stopping the energy that's coming in.
Yeah.
And so our stuff is essentially designed specifically to law enforcement, which is one of the reasons why we're the primary supplier to the DOJ. So any DEA, FBI, US Marshal, essentially they're in our AMP-1TP, which is our flagship product. And that is the only helmet in the world that is tested to the original NIJ test, which is 35-year-old test, but it's also certified to the European VPAM-3 as well as the new DEA FBI ballistic helmet protocol. The AMP-1TP it's a modular beast. It's awesome.
Can you talk a little bit more about the back face deformation and how that affects trauma with the person who's wearing it?
Absolutely. So basically on helmets for years, the helmet test essentially that's used in the market today is that a 9mm round is fired at 1,400 feet per second. And as long as that round does not penetrate through all the material, then manufacturers say, oh, we're good. And then we'll also shoot a 44 mag, we'll call it a 3A.
I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
But it's not a certified test.
Yeah.
It's independently done. Results are just reported. There's no certification process. It's not on the NIJ CPL. So when the DEA came out with their protocol, it was the first time the U.S. has ever had an actual certified program like that.
Wow.
So it has a whole bunch of different components, as well as you have to be able to pass a blunt trauma test, because the majority of events that happen on a helmet are actually not from a bullet. It could be fragmentation, but really it's going to be blunt trauma. So somebody throwing a brick at you, or a bat, or slamming your head into a bearcat. So all of those components lead to just having better officer safety, and the primary goal is basically to have officers be able to have a ballistic event, maintain situational awareness in the short term, stay in the fight, but then hopefully over the long term you're not going to have traumatic brain injury and be out on medical.
Can you talk about some new product lines that you guys have for this year and what you're bringing to market?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we launched this year is called the CTM1. It's essentially a training simulation mandible. It's a whole system, and it integrates into our helmet as well as with all of our rail systems. So whether you're using our bump helmet, our ballistic helmet, it's a mesh and a plastic mandible, has a separated visor, and allows you to wear your existing duty helmet in a training scenario with simunitions. So the cool thing about it is you don't have to now wear some crappy simunition visor that you can't see through and fogs up. Now you can wear your actual kit. It integrates into our rail, into our visor click-in. In fact, I'm going to be doing a training here in a couple months, and I'm going to be rocking that thing and getting my ass handed to me. So it's the CTM is going to be pretty exciting. In fact, the US Marshals are the first group to jump on. All their new guys are going through FLETC. They're all going to get lit up wearing our kit.
I saw another product you guys have. It's like some glasses that are magnetic and clip in.
Yeah, so that's our merge system. It's a revision goggle mixed with a framework that works on not just our helmet, but it'll actually work on any helmet in the market. It allows the user to, with one hand, remove a secondary vision protection. It can be worn underneath an existing visor, but it can also be worn as a standalone. So a lot of teams are talking about putting on their ballistic helmets. They'll have the frame that can take any lens, and then you can transition from daytime operation to nighttime and just swap the frame out. You always have good eye protection. So the merge is coming out this year, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be rocking.
So if an individual or a unit wants to, or an agency wants to acquire you all's helmets and your all's PPE, how would they do that?
So we partner with Safariland for law enforcement in the United States. We have a distribution network, but they can send an email to inquiries@bushprousa.com. We can direct them to the right place to find the kit, and we'll get them squared away.
Well, Scott, I appreciate it. Again, it's Scott Wyatt with Busch PROtective, so check him out.